Hi everyone and welcome to the video. It's going to show you how to obtain the Bulletproof Fireproof Voodoo car from the house party mission. It's far harder than the Tahoma, I promise you. The Bulletproof Fireproof Tahoma is a lot easier to get than this car, and they're both from the same mission. But I advise you to have a sawn-off shotgun weapon skill. You can get this quite easily by just shooting cars in your garage, and when they catch fire, close the garage and reopen them again. That will increase the weapon skill of your gun, basically. You need to have hitman level for the sawn-off, so you have 2, basically. Apart from that, let's get on with the mission. I advise you do that because it'll be very helpful. You'll see why in a minute. Right, so first, kill off some of the ballers. The way you kill them is optional, of course. I like to do that because it just wipes them out very quickly. Now what we need to do, shoot the Voodoo all the way back to the garage. No joke guys, you cannot under any circumstances tow this car because it just won't allow it. The car is on a handbrake, which makes it nearly impossible to push with any vehicle, including the fire truck. So it's a pain in the ass to push. That's why the sawn-off shotgun is going to help you tremendously. You need to have definitely over 500 shells. Otherwise you're going to have a very tough time pushing it later if you run out. So basically just keep shooting it to the garage. Literally, it's going to take a while. And also another thing that makes this car so much harder than the Tahoma is you can't just push it into the garage and finish the mission. You have to destroy the car before you fail the mission, basically. Otherwise, the bulletproof fireproof property will not remain. I warn you. So this is not as straightforward as the other car by any means. This one you have to blow up in the garage. And then when you've blown it up, you quickly fail the mission. And then you restore the car in the garage afterwards. Because the car is going to still be blown up after the mission's failed. This will preserve the properties of the car. However, if you don't do that, say goodbye to the bulletproof, fireproof Voodoo. You'll have a normal Voodoo. And there's someone on YouTube that's already posted a video and made that exact mistake. So I warn you, you've got to be very careful. You need to understand how this GTA game works in terms of preserving special properties. So there you go. I'll get back to you when we're at the garage, because this is going to take some time. Also, I want to tell you guys that you do not want to activate the next cutscene by any means. No, sorry. No, you can activate the next cutscene, but do not activate the cutscene after this one. So activate that cutscene when you're quite far away from the compound, so you don't get shot. Sweet will be over there by that house, and he won't move an inch. However, if you activate the next cutscene, he's going to be dancing around like a headless chicken. So you do not want that to happen, because the way you want to fail this mission is to kill Sweet. Then you can instantly fail it. You don't have to commit suicide or do any other drastic measures. So I'm sorry if this really confused you, but it's a complicated car, this one. I have warned you, it's a much harder vehicle to get than the Tahoma. I'd say this is actually the hardest vehicle so far. This really is the king of the Los Santos special vehicles for difficulty. This really is the hardest one so far. All the comprehensive proof ones have been easier, which makes this kind of almost useless because it's not comprehensive proof. However, the novelty in getting it is quite high because of the difficulty. Right guys, when you're near the garage, like where I am, I haven't activated the next cutscene. Nothing will happen if you just let everyone be. They'll shoot each other forever, and you don't have to worry about it. Right, now when you're at the garage, you're going to have to empty your garage. And you preferably want to have grenades, or a non-bulletproof car, otherwise this is going to be a bit more tedious. As you can see, I've got 2 comprehensive proof vehicles in here. Well, 3 actually, because of the Sanchez. So I need to use that normal van, which is not normal actually, but in terms of proofing it is normal, I need to use that as the detonation device, because I don't have any grenades. So using that as a detonation device would really come in handy. Gosh, there's a lot to say about this car, isn't there? As you can see, they're doing nothing, those guys. They're not shooting each other at all. So right, now you want to use another car to jam the door open. And I've got to warn you very carefully, do not... Okay, I'm going to explain it now. So I'm going to use my dark teal pony with the sound system in the back to jam the door open. That's because I happen to have it here. There's no other personal reasons really. Do not get into any vehicle that... Okay, how do I explain this? Right. Let's say I'm going to push the Voodoo right now off another car. If you get the Voodoo close to the garage, since the limits of the garage is 2 cars, you're going to force the door closed and you're going to lose the wedged vehicle. The garage will eat it. So you have to be very careful about that. You know, be very, very careful. But however, if you're not in a vehicle, the garage won't respond in that way. So don't worry, you're not going to lose your car if you just keep shooting the Voodoo. It's only when you get into another car, when the Voodoo's near the garage, and you have a car wedging the door open, then you've got problems. I mean, that's just too confusing for me to explain, but I'm trying my hardest here. If you follow what I do, you're not going to lose anything. Right. Let's get this car into the garage as we can. Because what we need to do is we need to blow it up using a detonation device, which is going to be the normal van. In my case, anyway. This has been one monster of a car to get, so if you get it, be very proud. That's quite an GTA achievement. Gosh, it's unbelievable. So close now. Just need to move it round again, because literally it hardly moves. As you can see, I'm running full pelt there. Barely moved the damn car. But I would say this is the hardest car so far, any day. This Voodoo is a real piece of work. And if you don't believe me about destroying it before the mission fails, then, well, you got to try that for yourself, I'm afraid. You'll be surprised. Right, that's almost the end of the garage. There we go. I think that's fully in now. Right, now what I'm going to do is park the van back in. I'm going to use the van as the detonation device, because it's the only non-proofed vehicle I've got. I'm going to put the Sanchez in next. As you see, the limit is 2, that's why the door tried to force close. But since I reversed quite quickly in, it didn't matter. And since I can fit the comprehensive Admiral in there, because the Admiral is actually a very small car, and an elegant, sleek shape, you can get away with storing the Admiral sideways. So I'm going to do that, because when we fail this mission, we have to drive all the way to Suite. And if we do, leaving some of our vehicles here will cause them to vanish. So you've got to be very careful about that. Right, let's see if I can get this in. Yeah, don't worry, I mean, you can get away with vehicles being slightly pressed like that. You can force a garage closed, basically. So as you can see, my tamper's here. Basically, when I destroy that van, I'm going to very quickly go and run over Suite, who's right over there. He'll be by that sort of khaki brown house there. And the Voodoo will be destroyed in the garage, and when we come back, we'll have to re-repair it in the garage, and then it will be good as new. Gosh, it's such a complicated thing to explain, but let's give it a go. Good luck, guys. Right. Quickly now. Voodoo's destroyed. Run over sweep. Mission will fail instantly. And when you go back, it will still be blown up in the garage. Open the garage. And now force it close again. And there we go. Voodoo's been repaired. That damn fire truck could get lost now. I'm not in the mood for it to be here. Let's test the car for bulletproofing. I'm going to prove this right now. Alright guys, I've already saved the game with this save, so it doesn't matter if I do anything stupid really. That fire truck's really getting on my nerves. Alright, let's get this thing out now. I'm starting to lose my patience here. Right. Let's test for bulletproofing. Is this Voodoo that I got from the house party mission? The mission's failed. Is it bulletproof? Well guys, if that's not bulletproof, I don't know what bulletproof means. That is a fully bulletproof car. As you can see, it's much lighter now. There's no handbrake on. Drives like a normal car. Right, let's test for fireproofing. There we go guys. Fully fireproof. Thank you for watching.